What's up, Basketball Brain fans and members? Well, guess what I'm going to point out here today? Apropos of the game last night, Patrick Beverley. I talk about Patrick Beverley in my Killer Instinct program. I talk about him often on this channel. And a lot of you guys, you might not be the offensive star on your team, but if you want to see what it looks like to max out what talent you have and to know your role, Patrick Beverley's a great guy. Now, people say, he plays a little dirty. He, isn't somebody that you can respect, from an offensive perspective. Whatever. Doesn't matter to me. People say, I'd love to play with Patrick Beverley. Yeah, I would. More than anything, I'd like to play against that guy. I want to see how I can do against the very best defenders. The one thing I notice about his game is when you cross to the defensive end, you have to change personalities in a way. Basketball is a game of split personalities. You'll find life is a lot like this too. You need to have two personalities, a cool, calm, collected personality, and then a killer. And they're both really killers, but one's fire and one's ice. On offense, you need to be ice, and on defense, you have to be fire. But you'll notice his overall body tempo, which we talk about in the program, increases on the defensive end. Watch him compared to the other guys on defense and how active he is, how engaged he is. It's a different sort of attitude. It's an attitude of warfare on defense. It's an attitude of battle. It's more of an MMA attitude. And what's interesting is for the most part, he's controlled. His intensity is there right at that red line, but it doesn't always go over, and he doesn't necessarily get in foul trouble. He's also technically sound. So sometimes guys think, I'm just going to play defense and go out of control. If you watch him, he's technically sound. See, that's what we talk about right there on that play. That's what we talk about on an 8.5 or a 9.0 when you're on ball guarding somebody. The tempo is much higher. It's different than offense. Very seldom on offense do you move as fast as that. Why would you? You need your smaller muscles on offense. That's why we don't play at a level 8 or 9. Play at a 7.5. And on defense, we don't need our fingertips. We don't need to have as much coordination. I love this. Those two guys going at it, I think it was a total accident when he blew out Westbrook's knee, but when you're playing against a guy like that, you got to always be on guard until the whistle sounds. And in Beverley's defense, the whistle hadn't blown yet, from what I remember, and he was still going for the ball. You want to make the team. You want to get more playing time. If you're not, model him. Your offense will come. Model this guy if you want to be on the floor. If you want to get off the bench, you want to be on the floor, model this guy. You want to play professional basketball, model this guy. You want a scholarship, model this guy. I'm not saying forget about your offense. Focus on your defense, work like hell on your offense, but start to dominate the defensive end. Study great defenders. Take it as a personal challenge to stop the best guy on the other team. If you can do that, if you're that dedicated to a part of the game 99% of players neglect, there's a spot for you. There's a spot for you. Watch the NBA. How many guys take defense seriously? Imagine if everybody played like Patrick Beverley. Well, you'd have 1980s and 90s basketball. Well, at least some of the teams did. Like the Knicks had like 5 Patrick Beverleys, which makes what Jordan did even more great. The Celtics for a while had a team like that, a bunch of Bulldogs. So I'm going to do a video. I have a lot of bios coming up. I'm going to do one on the life story of Patrick Beverley because it's really interesting. I'm going to do one on Manu, I've promised, Tim Duncan. I got a lot of guys lined up. The hard part is it takes a lot of time for me to do the research, and there are a few guys I know pretty well, like Kobe and Jordan and Bird, which doesn't take a lot of research. The other guys I don't know that much about, so I have to read a lot, and time is always a thing, but I will get to them. Anyways, if you want to play, get on the court and get some playing time, that's your guy right there. That's your guy. Study the offensive greats, but also study a guy with more heart than, damn near anybody in the league. He should inspire you, even if you don't like him. I know a lot of people don't like this guy, but I respect him. To be that size And first team all defense, I think he is. He should be if he's not. Just all hustle, but there's technique and skill there. It's just not him going all out. He knows what he's doing. He studies the game. And I think any great player probably respects the hell out of Patrick Beverley.